For months, politicians have been predicting that Donald Trump would overreach and that he would suffer for it. And now it's happening. The latest Wall Street Journal poll actually has Ted Cruz 2 points ahead of Donald Trump nationwide, 28 to 26, with Rubio lagging behind at 17 and Bush and everybody else 10 or less. What happened was that on Saturday night's debate, Trump just overreached. When he criticized George W. Bush over 9/11, I felt, and I shared this with you in the video, that he had just gone too far. And I think now he really has gone too far. And I think a combination of the debate performance, the accusation about Bush over 9/11, the moment that everybody respected Bush for and respects him for, and his cursing and swearing from the podium as he campaigns, which I think is anathema to the evangelical voters that make up at least a quarter of the South Carolina Republican electorate, and also probably the impact of Sunday sermons at evangelical churches, and the relentless drumfire of Christian rights supporters, led by Dobson and others, talking about the importance of voting for Cruz. And not least is Rush Limbaugh, who actually interrupted his broadcast yesterday, which he never does, to play a half-hour clip of Cruz at the town hall meeting, Just incredible push, and it's having a huge effect. And interestingly enough, the votes that Trump is losing are going to Cruz, not to Rubio or Bush or Kasich or Carson. Part of that is because Cruz's strategy has always been to minimize the synapse, if you will, between the Trump supporter and the Cruz supporter, so that they're very similar people. And the concept was that then it becomes very easy for a Trump voter to jump over and support Cruz, but a much more distant leap to go and support Rubio or one of the others. And that appears to be just what's happening right now. Now, in South Carolina, the Trump in the published polls still has a lead, but it's dwindling one. And I suspect that he will underperform on primary day. He may still win South Carolina, but it's going to be much closer. And more importantly, I think there will be a definitive separation between Cruz and Rubio that will tend to make a Rubio comeback very hard, and probably ratify this as a two-person race between Trump and Cruz. Of course, then they go on to Nevada, which is on Tuesday, and Cruz is reputed to have a good field organization there, and we'll see how that goes. But those two primaries really are setting up Super Tuesday. They're the table setters. And on Super Tuesday, the initial verdict will be made when about a third of the country votes. And that third includes Texas, which is a huge share of it, and obviously Cruz's home state. So this could be wrapped up in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Stick around, we'll talk about it. Thanks for watching. And by the way, I have a podcast that I do every week that goes into great depth about this race. And you can get it by clicking on the link attached to this video, or go to iTunes, or go to podcast1.com. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.